Welcome to Afghan News with Mohsen Jamal. With a U.S. withdrawal looming, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is vowing to do her best to fight for women's rights in Afghanistan and progress made in advancing their status in Afghan society. A transcript released Wednesday by the State Department quoted Clinton as saying that one of her highest priorities to argue for and ensure the rights and the security of women. After ousting the Taliban from power in late 2001, a U.S.-led coalition made a key priority of improving the rights of women who had been reduced to a second class by the former militant rulers. Western troops are due to leave the country by the end of 2014 amid concerns that some of the hard-fought gains could be reversed. Clinton said that the life for many Afghan women is not that much different than it was 100 and 200 years ago. Revealing from a Taliban suicide bombing that left 3 office workers dead, the United Nations Refugee Agency plans to intensify cooperation with local aid groups to get out the message that its mission in Afghanistan is purely humanitarian, the agency's head said on Wednesday. The agency is also pressing the international community and the Afghan government to work harder on the reintegration of more than 5 million Afghans who have come home. Antonio Guterres, the United Nations High Commissioner on Refugees, has told the Associated Press news agency the move to more reliance on local non-governmental organizations comes after an October 31st suicide bombing and simultaneous attack by Taliban insurgents in the restive southern province of Kandahar on a compound house the UN High Commission for Refugees, killing 5 people, including 3 UNHCR guards. Guterres said despite having helped about 4.6 million Afghans return home, 50% of those who have resettled in the country have not been fully reintegrated. At least 2 women have been killed in an unknown gunman attack in the central Ghazni province. Local officials said Muhammad Hashim, police chief of the 2nd district of Ghazni, said that unknown gunmen opened fire which resulted in the deaths of 2 women, where a child was also wounded in the district on Wednesday. Elsewhere, the British Ministry of Defense said in a statement that one of its soldiers was killed in a bomb attack while on patrol in Bawaji district of southern Helmand province on Wednesday. The coalition said in a statement that another service member of the NATO-led International Security Assistance Force died following a bomb attack in southern Afghanistan on Wednesday. No more details were given. The center-right Swedish government says it has reached a broad agreement with opposition parties to start withdrawing Sweden's 650 troops from northern Afghanistan by the end of next year. Foreign Minister Carl Bildt said Wednesday the Nordic country will withdraw its troops progressively with the preliminary aim of completing the departure by summer 2014. The Swedish troops are part of the NATO-led International Security Assistance Force near the city of Mazar-e-Sharif. Bildt said the decision follows Afghan President Hamid Karzai's plan to put Afghan troops in charge of security before the end of his presidency in late 2014. Sweden will continue its aid work in Afghanistan after 2014 and may also provide support and training to Afghan security forces if that is requested. Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh met his Pakistani counterpart Yusuf Raza Gilani on the sidelines of the 17th SAARC summit in Maldives on Thursday and discussed various issues of mutual interest. This was the 2nd meeting of the 2 prime ministers this year after Gilani was invited by Singh to attend the Cricket World Cup semi-final match between India and Pakistan in March. Calling Gilani a man of peace, Singh said that both countries had wasted a lot of time in the past on acrimonious debates, adding that the destinies of the people of both countries were interlinked and declared that the next round of talks between the 2 state heads would definitely make headway. Gilani informed in his statement that both the countries had discussed issues ranging from terrorism, the Sir Creek dispute, Siachen trade in Kashmir. Gilani complimented his Indian counterpart for keeping an open mind during all the discussions, making a strong pitch for Singh's visit to Pakistan, which had been delayed after the 26th September Mumbai attacks of 2008. Gilani also thanked Singh for supporting Pakistan in the United Nations Security Council and also for opening European Union access for Pakistan. A 5.6 magnitude earthquake has killed 7 people in eastern Turkey less than 3 weeks after a massive quake killed more than 600 in the same area. Government Disaster Management Center has said Wednesday's quake struck at at 9:23 p.m. local time in the province of Van, which was hit by a 7.2 earthquake on October 23rd. 23 people were found alive in the wreckage and 7 lost their lives during the latest earthquake, according to the Disaster and Emergency Management Presidency. The quake collapsed 25 buildings, 22 of which were empty. Foreign Minister Ahmed Davutoglu said from the scene, adding that search and rescue operations are continuing in 3 buildings. 9 planes carrying about almost 300 rescuers were dispatched to the quake region. National television said as rescue operations were carried out with mechanical diggers under arc lights. The Turkish Red Crescent has sent 15,000 tents and 300 rescue workers to aid in the efforts. The United Nations has said there is an increasing risk of a Libyan-style civil war in Syria as more Syrian soldiers deployed by the government to quell the country's uprising or defecting to the opposition. Navi Pillay, the UN Human Rights Chief, told the UN Security Council on Wednesday that where basic human rights are trampled in peaceful demands for change made by brutal violence, people are eventually compelled to have recourse to rebellion against tyranny and oppression. Pillay's comments came as armed government forces stormed villages in the central city of Hama in pursuit of army defectors, challenging President Bashar al-Assad's rule, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. The local coordination committee's activist network reported on Wednesday that at least 26 people were killed across the country. Pillay said that more and more soldiers refuse to become complicit in international crimes and are changing sides, and there is a serious risk of Syria descending into armed struggle. An explosion hit the gas pipeline between Egypt, Israel and Jordan on Thursday morning in northern Sinai for the 6th time this year, and the first since pumping was resumed on October 24th. A security source has said the blast took place near Mazar area, 60 kilometers west of the town of Al Arish. The source added that based on early indications, this was sabotage, adding that the pipeline had been shut down. Residents in Al Arish had seen flames from the area. And that amid a heavy police presence, thousands of students and their supporters have marched through central London, England, to protest against cuts to public spending and an increase in university tuition fees. Police said more than 2,000 people took part in the Wednesday march, but local media reports estimated the crowd as large as 10,000 people. About 4,000 officers were deployed along the route, which began at the University of London at midday with chants of no ifs, no buts, no education cuts. The march remained mostly peaceful after police had warned that anyone involved in criminal activity would face arrest and prosecution. And that's all for now. Thanks for staying with us.